Well, good morning, everybody. It's 6 a.m. here on your Tuesday as you get kicked into a short work week here. We're glad you're joining us. I'm Grace McKenna.
And that is the silver lining. It is a 4-day work week for plenty of people out there. Good morning. I'm Jim Stratman here on WHAS11 and WHAS11 Plus. Another silver lining for all of us who are dealing with brown grass and dried lawns.
Yeah.
Some rain chances returning.
Matthew, normally I think at this point in the summer we'd all be kind of upset about rain as we get those last gasps of pool days and that kind of thing, but we could really use it.
Yeah, we surely can't use it all. I think it's been about 2.5 weeks since we've had actual rain and measurable rainfall. So, yeah, this week will be much needed for the rain, but we'll keep the fall conditions still into the forecast. I promise the extreme heat isn't returning anytime soon, at least into the next 7 to 10 days, but we'll keep an eye on that. But those fall conditions still sticking around. Looking at our U of L health camera downtown, nice and clear. Those current temperatures a little warmer outside this morning, 63 degrees in Elizabethtown. Out into Hodgesville, 65, Munfordville at 64 degrees. Overall, some of those weather headlines. It has been very dry, but we're going to change that as we head towards the next several days. And we're still going to see some of those comfortable highs as we head towards this week. As we look at today's sunrise, it's going to come in just about an hour at 7:14. We'll have about 12 hours and 56 minutes of sunlight today. But by the end of September, we're talking a 7:38 sunrise time. Let's look at that satellite and radar. Overall, nice and clear. Just a few clouds rolling in for this morning. But those showers are going to stay off to the west until this evening, as we'll see a few pop-up showers and storms. That bus stop forecast off to school, 64 degrees, partly cloudy skies, and heading home or any after school practices, 82 degrees. But what's ahead? We do have some rain showers on the way for us as we go towards this evening. So I'll be timing out what you can expect coming up in just a few minutes. Now, let's get a look at that traffic tracker for the start of this Tuesday morning. Looking all green just around the 6 o'clock hour. Just one stalled vehicle out there for the start of this morning. That is along I-64 westbound at exit 17. So that's the only thing we're tracking this morning. Those roadways looking nice and clear and smooth sailing for the start of this Tuesday morning. We'll send it back over to you, Grace and Jim.
Thank you, Matthew. Our top story this morning, we now know the identity of a woman who was shot and killed in downtown Louisville last night. LMPD says just before 10:30, they got a report of a shooting in the 700 block of South Brook Street near the Broadway Taco Bell. They found 36-year-old Ashley Lanham with a gunshot wound. She was rushed to University Hospital where she died shortly after. As of this morning, there are no suspects. If you have any information, call the anonymous tip line at 574 LMPD or use the online crime tip portal. And we are learning more about a deadly interstate crash we followed all morning Monday on GMK. The Gene Snyder was shut down for hours while police investigated.
Now we know that a young girl is dead and 2 other people are fighting for their lives. WHAS11's Jose Alonso and photojournalist Aspen Hester report.
Multiple med units this way. There might be multiple children down.
A chaotic scene unfolding on the Gene Snyder near New Cut Road during the dark hours of Labor Day morning.
Everybody turn around to New Cut. We're going to need the Snyder shut down completely southbound from New Cut.
Traffic still blocked off once the sun rises as first responders navigate a potential drunk driving crash with several people ejected out of a vehicle. LMPD reports no one in this wreck was wearing a seatbelt.
I have a young infant stuck under the rear passenger tire of the vehicle, and I got a female in the ditch.
From the Sky 11 drone, you can see traffic back flowing normally Labor Day afternoon. But it took hours for officials to reopen this highway after they found a child who didn't survive the crash.
I got a child down.
LMPD says this fatal collision took the life of a 12-year-old girl and also led to a woman and an infant being transferred to a hospital with life-threatening injuries. Police say they arrested 34-year-old Ronaldo James Gill for driving under the influence after failing a sobriety test.
The vehicle that's off the road into the tree line on the opposite side, I guess the eastbound side, is all the occupants of that car been accounted for.
Everyone is out and accounted for.
Gill is now facing 7 charges, including murder and driving under the influence. LMPD says the mother is also facing charges since her children were not secured by seatbelts. Kentucky State Police wants to remind the public about seatbelt safety. A statement from Sergeant Matt Suddeth says, quote, "One of the hardest tasks of law enforcement is notifying a family that their loved one has been in a fatal crash. At the end of the day, it's not about writing tickets. It's about ensuring everyone makes it home safely." A somber reminder as a fatal holiday weekend comes to a close. In Louisville, Jose Alonso, WHAS 11 on your side.
The LMPD says that more charges could be coming as the investigation continues. And since this is still an ongoing investigation, you can download the WHAS11 app to your phone or go to our website, WHAS11.com, for any updates that we get.
And new information this morning about the Lexington mother arrested in connection with the death of her infant. 21-year-old Laken Snelling was taken into custody Sunday after officials say an infant was found dead in a closet at a home on Park Avenue in Lexington. Police said the infant's body was wrapped in a towel inside a black trash bag. They've since confirmed Snelling was the infant's mother, and the University of Kentucky tells WHAS11 Snelling is a senior on the stunt team at the university. She's been charged with abuse of a corpse, tampering with physical evidence, and concealing the birth of an infant. A cause of death is still unknown, and the investigation is ongoing.
A Louisville man is accused of kidnapping and strangling his ex-girlfriend over the weekend. 30-year-old David Demetrius Antone Carter is being charged with kidnapping, assault, and violating an emergency protective order. Arrest records say a witness told LMPD officers they saw Carter force a woman into his car at 3rd and Central Station Saturday before driving away. Officers went to Carter's home where they found the victim. Officers say that she told them Carter had been strangling and beating her up until police arrived. Carter claimed that while he was being arrested, that victim was not taking care of a child they share. The two do have EPOs against each other, meaning that they have to stay 500 feet apart from one another.
Drivers heading to and from New Albany, here's a heads up for you. Happening today, daily lane closures are starting on I-64. KYTC says there will be single lane closures on 64 West near the Sherman Minton from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. A single lane of I-64 East will be closed from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and that's going to be the case through Friday. KYTC says engineers will be inspecting the bridge approaches around the Sherman Minton. Be aware of signage, use caution, and expect delays.
The first phase of a major interstate project in Louisville begins tomorrow. We told you about this yesterday. Wednesday, South Brook Street and Kentucky Street, as well as Hill Street and Burnett Avenue, going to be closed starting on Wednesday up until 2027 as KYTC crews work to repair a series of bridges along I-65. Now, that construction could have some pretty big impact for drivers and businesses, especially down in Old Louisville. For a better look at the map, the construction, the road closures, and the detours, head over to WHAS11.com.